Well, referee Jesse Walker making his way to the ring. Peter, I was told that it was Jesse's birthday recently, or maybe his birthday this weekend. So I'm going to lay off what I say about him for this one match.
What a gift.
Happy birthday, Jesse.
Well, there's nothing happy about this guy.
Mr. Everything making his way to the ring with his coach, Steve Stryker, and look who he's got with him.
Well, apparently, Steve Stryker was not pleased with the efforts of what was Chase Degendardt's previous partner and has enlisted a new masked competitor to tag with him here this afternoon.
Yeah, man who lives up to his name. And it's been a long time since we've seen Devastation. I believe it's been nearly 9 months since Devastation devastated All-Star Wrestling. But back here, like you said, perhaps thanks to Coach Steve Stryker, looking to help Chase Degendardt exact a measure of revenge on his opponents, or vengeance on his opponents, if you will.
Degendardt furious with the outcome of the match before, and you best believe that he has got something to prove here as Devastation lays into the referee. I don't think he's wishing him a happy birthday.
I don't think so either.
They will meet an interesting combination. Both of these men in action earlier as well. Drake Kwon and Rusty Blackwell.
The team of Rusty Blackwell and Drake Kwon.
Well, between those two men, you have nearly 600 pounds of pain. The Backwoods Butcher, Rusty Blackwell, and Drake Kwon making their way to the ring again. Tagging for the first time. I understand that they just met each other for the first time today.
Unbelievable.
And look at this, already tagging together.
Well, Rusty Blackwell found success with the Thunder from Joe Under. In a manner of speaking, they won by disqualification. And we will see if Blackwell can continue his streak of luck with Kwon. I don't know how much tag team continuity you're going to be able to develop after only knowing each other for a few hours, but we will see as things unfold.
We will have to see. Both men happy to be tagging with each other. They got along pretty well from the moment that they met. So, you know, stranger things have happened, but we may see some good pain, some good punishment out of Drake Kwon and Rusty Blackwell.
Devastation.
They're both used to.
Chasing off a small child.
Well, children should not be at ringside. Anything can happen here at All-Star Wrestling. It's a family-friendly show, but keep the kids away from ringside. Steve Stryker with a few words for the kid as well.
Nothing family-friendly about Devastation. This man from parts unknown.
Well, it looks like we got the Backwoods Butcher and Devastation ready to start. Devastation, though, looks like he's distracted by people in the crowd. He's got Steve Stryker on the outside to make sure that no shenanigans happen from the fans here in Cloverdale. He should focus in on 320-plus pounds of the Backwoods Butcher.
And Devastation continues to be distracted by an irate crowd here as they continue to make their way in from the ring. And in the middle of the ring, these two behemoths lock up, and Blackwell gets the better of the exchange, infuriating Devastation.
Well, Devastation looking to ref Jesse Walker for a bit of advice. I don't think you're going to get anything there from a man who is calling it down the middle this match, referee Jesse Walker. You see, I'm still being nice to him.
Still. Wonder if it'll last the length of the match.
We'll have to wait and see.
Walk up in the middle and pushed to the corner now is Blackwell. You got to believe that, oh, come on, Devastation saying that he pulled his mask. And now is threatening the official. We know that Devastation likes to unleash pain and destruction wherever he goes. But he may be frustrated here with the strength of Blackwell. And now look at this, pulling the hair, clearly, driving him back into the corner. Referee with the count, risking disqualification, and missing with that left.
Well, big power advantage there by Devastation, taking Rusty Blackwell into the corner. But Rusty Blackwell now getting the better of him, those elbows straight to the neck.
Big headbutt rocked Devastation. And look at the strength, oh my goodness, of Blackwell. Unbelievable, holding up a man the size of Devastation. And now Devastation with a series of elbows gets himself out of the predicament. Big left hand connected, and now here comes in Mr. Everything.
Yeah, not often that you find two men bigger and taller than Rusty Blackwell and Devastation, but Chase Degendardt, 6'5".
Oh, this should be an interesting clash of these two young studs. And look at this. Degendardt going to work, waistlock from behind, takes up and pushes Kwon into the mat, showing his wrestling acumen.
Degendardt probably shouldn't turn his back on Drake Kwon.
Nicely done by Kwon. Charges in with that uppercut. Off the ropes, head of steam, big elbow. Sends Degendardt down. And we saw him have some problems before. And that big kick is not going to make things any better. Uh-oh, here comes in Devastation from behind. Now laying in.
Devastation coming in to the aid of his friend Chase Degendardt, whether or not Jesse Walker liked it.
Walker now just counting a 1, and Degendardt thought he was owed more. But Drake Kwon is very tough.
Look at that, the knee right into the back of Drake Kwon as Chase Degendardt pulls and wrenches on him.
Pulling that shin towards the back, but couldn't quite keep it down. Although now Drake Kwon finds himself in the wrong part of town as Devastation is tagged back in. Chase kept them in place so that Devastation can unload with that clothesline. Now he sends Drake Kwon for the ride. Oh, and another clothesline. Sends the big man down.
High angle lariat there by Devastation, just sending Drake Kwon down. You see Drake holding the back of his head now. It was definitely a rough landing. He kicks out before the 1 count.
Devastation maybe took a little too much time before getting into that pin. And you don't want to give Kwon the ability to recuperate here as now Devastation.
Yeah, Drake Kwon notoriously known for his toughness. You got to do a lot more than that to take him down and keep him down too.
Now wait, Blackwell inadvertently distracting the official as Degendardt goes to work. No tag was made.
Degendardt was helping Drake Kwon back to his feet and finally gave up when Drake wouldn't accept that help, and now he's paying for it.
Technically, Devastation is the legal man, but they didn't even attempt to make the sound.
I did promise to be nice to referee Jesse Walker in this match, so no comment.
Kwon trying to get out of this predicament here.
Steve Stryker trying to note that Kwon might have been doing a blatant choke, which obviously is not allowed by the rules of Steve Stryker's
Look at this, the aggression from Chase Degendardt. Laying in those elbows on the knee of Kwon, and here comes in back Devastation with a boot straight to the back of the knee. I cannot imagine that that's going to feel good for Kwon. Might prevent him from walking correctly for the rest of the match.
Perhaps Drake Kwon finding himself in the wrong corner again. Rolled into the wrong corner, and now he's solely in Devastation and Degendardt land, but he's fighting back with everything he has.
Some desperation chops from Kwon. He finds himself between a rock and a hard place, but Devastation goes straight to the eyes. And on the outside, Degendardt punches him for good measure.
Well, Chase Degendardt doing everything he can to leave Cloverdale Rodeo with a 500 record. Of course, as we said, he's probably got a chip on his shoulder over what happened at our earlier show today. So You know what? I don't blame him at this point, Peter. I don't blame him.
What astonishing strength from Devastation. Now into the cover. Lateral press applied, but just a 2 again.
Fans cheering their encouragement for Drake Kwon, urging him to get up, but Devastation now. Hard to see if that's a nerve hold or a blatant choke, but referee Jesse Walker all over that.
Devastation having his way with Kwon, double axe handle, keeps him in place, and oh my God, what a strike.
And again, Drake Kwon finding himself rolling into the wrong corner. Both men just punishing Drake Kwon at this point.
Yeah, Kwon's got to be knocked loopy. Not sure where to go or what to do.
Kwon now grabbing the legs of Chase Degendardt.
Right into the side. Is that enough to put away Kwon? Almost.
Once again, we have established Drake Kwon, one of the toughest men here in the Pacific Northwest. You're going to have to do way more than this to keep him down.
Degendardt forcing Kwon to exert energy to kick out.
Absolutely, Degendardt looking absolutely exhausted right now. Sorry, absolutely frustrated right now. Drake Kwon looking absolutely exhausted, but still taunting him.
Oh my gosh, you could hear that kick on the chest.
There are those world-class feet of Chase Degendardt's.
And Degendardt, wound up for that one, maybe telegraphed it a bit. Oh, this gives Drake Kwon the opportunity he so desperately needs to get back into this fight by tagging in Rusty Blackwell.
Absolutely, a very fresh Rusty Blackwell waiting on the outside there as Jesse Walker administers that count to both men currently down.
Kwon is so close, and there's the tag!
And in comes Devastation as well.
Devastation, oh my goodness. Got taken down by Blackwell, who's hitting anything that moves, Matt.
Both men getting taken to the backwoods right now by Rusty Blackwell. Rough landing there for Chase Degendardt off that big slam, and now 330 plus pounds right into the chest of Devastation, Peter.
Blackwell's got a lot of room to make up here to try to get his team back into the match. Oh, double axe handle right to the chest. Follows up with another one. Gonna make breathing very challenging for Degendardt.
Rusty Blackwell says that's 3 as he sends Chase Degendardt sternum first into the opposite turnbuckles. Degendardt having a hard time getting back to his feet, Peter.
Suppose that might have counted as 4. I don't know how, but somehow Drake Kwon is back up on the apron, reaching out for a tag. Devastation yelling at the fans on the outside. Looks like we got a 2-on-1 here. As, Degendardt is dumped. Here comes Devastation.
Well, Drake Kwon pulling Devastation. I guess he is technically the legal man still,
Well,
isn't he?
Still was. Big lariat. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Well, one of the smartest moves I think I've seen of Drake Kwon and of any wrestler in All-Star Wrestling quite a while. Drake Kwon recognizing that Devastation's still the legal man, dumping Chase Degendardt outside, and now pinning predicament for Devastation. Drake Kwon, Rusty Blackwell with the crafty victory.
I can't believe they had the wherewithal to remember who was the legal man and who wasn't, but to remember after all that time and all of that beating.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Well, the signature toughness of Drake Kwon there coming in handy. He did take a beating, but he goes home with a win.
And Blackwell 2 for 2 on the afternoon for tag team action.
Well, you have to wonder if Rusty Blackwell is going to declare himself maybe to get a tag team title shot with a partner of his choosing the way he's going this weekend. We'll have to see, Peter.